Hey guys, Sithu here with another one of those gear demos that you've come to know and love me for. Except that you don't really know me for gear demos, do you? What is it that I'm known for again? Anyway, kinda relevant to the topic of this video, I was at the UK Guitar Show this past weekend. And during the guitar show, I got to meet Misha Mansoor from Periphery for the first time. When he met me, he said this to me.
Hey Sithu, I freaking hate you.
And I was like, hey cool, it's great to meet you too. Anyway, we chatted over the weekend and he suggested that I try out his JST Toneforge plugin. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Of course, it wouldn't be a demo of a plugin with Misha's name on it unless I play some So yeah, that was me demoing JST Toneforge Misha Mansoor. And it wouldn't be one of my videos unless there was anime included in it somehow. I wonder what Misha would say if I told him I used this plugin as an excuse to play music in the style of an anime opening.
I freaking hate you.
As always, after doing these demo videos, I like to talk a little bit about my experience with the plugin, as well as some of the things I did to get the sounds I created. I think it's definitely usable for someone like me, given the style of music I play. But if you play more traditional metal or rock, it might not be up your street. Saying that, I didn't really try to get those sort of tones out of it, so I could be wrong there. I ended up using the lead channel for all the distorted sounds on this clip. I couldn't really get anything I liked out of the crunch channel. It might be a preference thing. I tend to like my distortion and rhythm tones to be very saturated. I like to be able to hear that saturation when I'm palm muting or playing big chords and the like. In terms of cleans, my preference is for more old school Fender style amps that break up when you pick really hard. So I couldn't really get that kind of sound out of the plugin, but there's definitely a usable modern metal clean tone in there. As for bass guitar, I use my XFX2 to track that. I didn't actually try out the plugin for bass. One of the things it's got going for it is that it's very feature rich, especially the advanced version. The inclusion of precision drive emulation was great. It's amazing to just be able to tighten up the tone with the press of the button within the plugin without needing to use an external pedal or another plugin. I did suffer a little bit of option paralysis, as I tend to do with these plugins, given the amount of features available. I'm used to using my XFX2 where I only ever look at the front of what would be on an amp in order to get the sounds I want. I find myself diving into the extra features, such as going to the back of the amp on Toneforge to really get the sound I wanted, especially one that could fit within my mix. In terms of cabs, I ended up just using the matched cab. There are some other cabs available, and also the option to load in your own impulse response. The added effects are one of the places where this plugin really shines. The delay and reverb especially sound really good. The inclusion of an inbuilt EQ is really useful as well. It's nice to be able to tweak EQ settings within a plugin without having to use anything external. For demos like this, I don't really like to use any post-processing. I want you to be able to hear the plugin as it sounds out of the box. For this, I ended up only using a low and a high pass after the guitar, so that's not really anything crazy. There's also an inbuilt compressor, but I didn't end up using that. So, as to what I think about the plugin, you can definitely get clean rhythm and lead tones that are usable in your mixes out of it. It definitely took me a lot of time to get something that I like personally for use in my mix, but I tend to do that with any plugin that I use. Like I said, in terms of features, it's really great. The inclusion of the precision drive and the really awesome reverb and delay are big pluses. There are also loads and loads of options for tweaking your tone, but it does seem to be going after a specific style of metal tone. So yeah, it probably isn't for everyone, but what plugin is? I'd personally rather use a plugin that does what it aims to do really well than a plugin that tries to do everything but is average at everything. It did take me a while to find a tone that worked for me and my mix, but if you're a fan of this style of metal tone, it's definitely worth considering. Honestly, I just wanted to play anime stuff. Anyway, that's it for me for my demo of JST Toneforge Misha Mansoor. There's a link to the JST website in the description. As always, thanks to all the gear companies that make what I do as a musician possible. I also have a Discord server, so if you're interested in joining that, the link to that is in the description as well. Finally, a big thanks to all my patrons on Patreon. If you're interested in supporting me on Patreon, the link to that is also in the description. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.
Hey, Sithu, I freaking hate you.